Divine greetings, entities, energies, lovelies, bodies of light, these seekers and sojourners of truth. 144. 144. The chosen of the chosen of the chosen few. You all know who you are. I greet you in the love that lights the truth from my heart to yours. I am Celestial Earth in its divine energy essence of it all, reporting to you live from nowhere other than dimension number 5. In the place to be. Stand up if you are here with me, jamming on the ones and twos. Get in here with your whole doggone crew. The ones who are raising their vibrations, of course, because you can't jump across the timelines unless you're doing what you need to do within those cosmic timelines. Ashe. So as usual, I bring you the news to infuse. Always, always, if you so choose to infuse too, with lighting up on the light grid. This is a blood infusion. I was gonna say transfusion, because we are transmissioning, and it is a transfusion for the infusion of the light. So we're transmuting, we're transmitting. It's a whole transition happening right now. So if you haven't known already, happy new moon in Leo. Happy new moon in Leo, or whatever day this is for you. Happy heart, throat chakra day. For those who know, according to the new moon manifestations, we're at the heart chakra. And according to the calendar, it's Thursday, so we're on the throat chakra. So happy heart, throat chakra. So whatever the heart is bringing, coming from the crown, going down, and the soul, all of it is the soul. But the throat is coming through the expressions of the throat into the heart of the energetic body. And we really need to go into the heart, as we're on the heart today. Speaking of the new moon in Leo, the heart of the lion, the courage of the lion, the energy of the lion, as we just went into Leo about 2 days ago. So the fire is turning up. We're in that new moon Leo fire. Yeah, getting turned up. Like I'm hearing all the fire songs. Fire. Anywho, I digress. This new moon, and shout out to all the Leos, Leo season. Happy birthday when it comes. Specifically because I know we have one of our starseed connections. Carrie, shout out to you. Happy birthday on this new moon. You get to share it with the new moon that's bringing all this heat, with the sun and the moon. So for those who don't know, the sun and the new moon is when the sun and the moon aligns, right? I call it a transcendence, dancing in time. And this is where they kiss and make up. You know, when it's a full moon, they're in opposition, then they come together. So on the new moon, they're in an alignment, and they were together at 2 degrees. 222, and I keep hearing that because a lot of planets are at 2 degrees with this particular conjunction, which is, well, this particular alignment. And 2, as for those of you who know when I do the numbers, 2 is like the harmonies of dualities. So there is definitely harmonizing going on, but not in the way that we may think. Right? A lot of times we think harmony, so we think it's all good. Let's go skipping down the yellow brick road together. And it's harmony in the face of whatever it is that we're feeling as we're purging, because this is a purging time. This is a time where through this new moon, this actually is a dimensional bridge experience. That's what I've kind of labeled the meeting that we've been in all week. Because this is a bridging us from last week was really a week of deep grief, because we're feeling our bodies, our nervous system processing these lights, these surge of light energy and information that is going through us, and also in motion with the cosmic clock of time. As the planets align where they are, they're doing something. They're working for all of us, through us, for us to move to where we need to get to. This is a pivotal moment, this new moon, right? And after this, we're about to be approaching the eclipses, which is also powerful moon energy that is helping us. This energy right here, this bridge that we're crossing, is going to make or break what is happening. I don't even like to say break, but it's just going to put you where you are on the cosmic map, according to how you show up for yourself through this experience, according to how you cross the bridge, for the next couple of months. So what you do with it is what you do with it. But I am seeing a lot, and I am seeing a lot with these energies. So I did get a little bit of download about it, and I want to speak about the twos, those planets that are at 2 degrees, and their relationship with the sun and moon, and what that means for you, right? And also, don't forget to look at your natal chart, because it works more tightly with you depending on where your placements are, with this new moon. Like, is your sun in Leo? Is your where are your natal placements? Where's your Chiron? Where's your north node, south node? You got a lot that is going on with this new moon. And the most important thing that I want us to understand, and overstand and understand, is that this is a deep travel for our soul. And I'll tell you why, as I go into it. It has a lot to do with Mercury. I'm seeing that Mercury is playing a bigger role in this new moon week. Not just this new moon week, but also preparing us for the halls of Amenti, which I'll talk more about in the next video. We'll talk about the halls of Amenti and what's happening with, the veils, breaking the veils of amnesia. So with all that said, allowing this Leo new moon to really work with you, and let's not look at manifesting in the way we normally do, is what I've been seeing. It's not just about manifesting material things, as I always say, but even deeper than that, it's manifesting. What we are truly manifesting is what it is that we need to release, in case you missed it. In case you missed it with the past full moon, or the full moon before that. So in our group, we've actually been working on going back to the full moon transmutation. We've actually been working on what we needed to transmute. We had to go back and look at it, because we really need to look at what those fears were that we were transmuting, because we need to take a deeper look, because this is about going beyond the ordinary, going beyond what we see with our 2 eyes, as I showed in the cards. This is about going into, to be very blunt, going into your past lives, going into that karmic trauma. That's what we're reaching in. That's what Mercury is even taking us on a deep dive to really go deep, because Mercury is about travel. Mercury is about communication and travel, which this is like an intergalactic communication, even with yourself, with your higher self, with your higher multidimensional self. You are having a deep communication within your soul. It's an intrapersonal journey. So we're being asked to really go deep and look within. So with that said, let me go ahead and share what it is that I was seeing, and then I'll go into, the planets about it. We'll talk about the planets. So this new moon in 2 degrees is activating the timeline of convergence, as the harmonies of dualities collapses the perspective illusions of separation for ones who have broken the veils of amnesia in their soul and the collective consciousness. So they've broken the veils not only just for themselves within their soul, but also seeing the veils within the collective consciousness being broken, to find balance in the unification of the bifurcation of the timelines. So, and that word was something that came with me. That last sentence was a statement that I was coming out of a vision state, dream state with. I kept hearing there's something to the unification of the bifurcation of the timelines. And I want to get into that some more, but let me just say as it's coming up now, it's to find in this balance, because this is all the unification. Love frequency 5D is unity frequency. So we are really unifying, although it looks like separation. This is something I've been seeing a lot of. So I do want to have a video where I can go deeper into talking about these convergence and the splitting but coming together. So it's for the purpose of unification, but there is a bifurcation of the timelines. Bi meaning, two. There's a separation. We're seeing that. So don't get that twisted, because sometimes a lot of people may say, well, if this is about unity, why are we splitting? There has to be a split. There has to be a separation for it to be a true unification, meaning we have to separate from things that no longer serve us. The bifurcation that is happening within the timelines is those old timelines that are collapsing, those things that cannot go with you into the new timeline. That is what is splitting. And so some will be in those old timelines that cannot cross the dimensional bound, so to speak, the dimensional timelines. And the other one will be for those who are, able to cross those timelines, who are able to let go of the old. And not just in that way. I'm saying it lightly, but it's really a multi-dimensional, multi-layered facility of the soul, facilitating the soul's convergence or integration within these timelines. So it's, yes, finding the balance within the unification while having the bifurcation of the timelines, if that makes sense. Ones are being called. Oh, and another part I want to really go back to is the veils of amnesia. There are veils of amnesia that we are breaking right now. Those veils, those thick veils throughout time. And it's the amnesia of the mind, the part that keeps us into the forgetting when we have forgotten. Those forgotten senses are being broken. So this amnesia of traumas within this lifetime, as well as the amnesia of the past lives, those veils are being broken. That doesn't mean you're going to have a clear answer for your past life, but the veils are being so thin that there's not much distance there. We're able to tap in because those veils of amnesia are being broken. So we're able to tap into those past lives to a certain degree. And you'll see what I mean when I talk about what Mercury is actually doing right now. Right? So ones are being called or activated by the gentle nudge of the energies to manifest a release of the karmic trauma in the cosmic bloodline from beyond this lifetime. Beyond. And this is what I have to really impress when I'm saying this, because it's not just about this lifetime, as most of us know. It's manifesting the release of karmic soot on the soul, karma trauma that goes beyond the veils, because believe me, it comes with you. It does not stay when you leave one past life. It doesn't stay over there. It travels with you in your soul code, in your subconscious mind, which I always say the memories, the black box of the soul is your subconscious mind. Everything is there, right? We just can't readily access it, again, because the veils of amnesia. So when those veils are thinning, we're getting little tinglings. We're getting little nuances. I don't know why that word is coming to me, but nuances, or we're getting this little sense of something. Our inner senses are, because our psychic abilities are coming online. So all of our inner senses are bringing us to this remembering. And every time we do our soul's work or our shadow work to release and remove any unhealed wounds, even in this lifetime, every time you intentionally do that, it takes you closer or more to, breaking these veils of amnesia. So it's definitely beyond this lifetime. It is beyond the veil of this lifetime, and therefore must be recognized in order to remove those unhealed wounds from the soul's imprint, which clears the densities across timelines into one. Well, it clears the densities across timelines into this one. Thank you, Spirit. Into this one. I'm like, wait, why does it look different? Into this one, and collapses that imprint in this lifetime. So let me say that again. What needs to be done? We must be able to recognize in order to remove these unhealed wounds from that old imprint, from the soul's imprint, which clears the densities across these multiple timelines or lifetimes, right? Into this one. So it clears the densities across from all those timelines all the way up to this one. And then collapses that imprint, that specific soul imprint that has been holding the codes of the trauma and whatnot. It collapses that imprint in this lifetime. That's what's really important right now. This is the energies that we're feeling. This is the flush, as we can, some of us can feel it, the ascension symptoms. We're feeling these light codes. We're feeling the densities being extracted from us. And so there are situations that are happening right now. We really got to pull together and look beyond the surface level. Whatever it is, whomever it is, whether it's work, relationship, we have to depersonalize, detach, and kind of just look at it as, this is my co-worker in life. We have to depersonalize from the titles of family titles, especially mother, brother, father, sister, cousin. We have to really depersonalize that. And I'm not saying detach as in don't talk to them. This is the balance. It's depersonalizing and detaching from how you have held it in mind. How have you been holding it in your consciousness, within your own soul, your own soul's arena, so to speak. It's time to loosen the grip on that, right? Loosen the grip of the ego's drive to protect, the ego's narrative that it has been spinning all this time. We have to be willing to say, you know what? I know nothing. Everything I thought I knew, I know nothing, right? So that way we loosen the ego's grip and understand that these are, so if there's something that you're fighting and you're dealing with and you're feeling like, I've done this before, that's okay. You have. It's not to say that you didn't do the work, but this energy is pulling on you in a way. It's pulling on all of us in a way for us to go a little deeper, for us to find the karmic pattern. Let me put it to you that way. And if you can find the pattern in this lifetime, then, and this is how I often try to help people to find it. If you can find the pattern, the repeating pattern, whatever it is in this lifetime, then that is the pattern. That is most likely the karmic pattern, or what is in the imprint from the previous life that is playing itself out, that is being triggered in this lifetime. All these things that are happening right now, it is the opportunity, it is to trigger you, to help you find. It's not triggering you to make you mad or to make you give up on life, or to, it's triggering you so that you can say, oh, I know this, I see what this is. It's triggering you so that you can make the connection in your soul's imprint from previous lifetimes, so you can extract that. That's what it's helping us to do. When you change your perspective on it, it really makes a world of a difference. And for some of you that are shifting timelines, I know you know what I'm talking about. You will know that you've truly shifted when your response to things just seem different right now. You begin to see things as, instead of this opposition, because even in things that are in lower densities than us, lower vibrations, or in an opposition, rather than seeing it as you against me, this is what it means to transcend dualities. You see that they are here for a reason. It's the mirrored reflections in this world. It is the part of duality in this world that is here to help you sharpen who you are and who you've come here to be. So with that, we can turn it around into a sense or a spirit of gratitude for the experience, although it may be hard to do immediately. I'm just giving you the tools and how you can look at it, how you can process it through your mind, through your soul. All right, Ashe, through your mind body complex. So it's up to you to how you perceive it. Only you have the power to release your grip of how it is. It's only going to get in the way as a minor distraction. So brace yourself, allow yourself to feel it, and then release it and say, I don't have time for this surface level stuff right now. There's some deep, deep soul digging that I got to do. I really got to mine in my soul, mind my soul's business. And with all due respect and love and compassion for the others, right? Love them to be where they are rather than looking at them as the opposition. It's like, you know what? Thank you. Thank you for being the thing, the person, the issue, the circumstance that is triggering me to trigger my remembering in my soul. It's just that great. And when you see it, they're not that much of a threat to you. Are there energetic attacks happening? Yes. Are there vampires? Yes. Are there energy cults? And yes, but it's all part of the makeup, and I could get into that in another day. So I digress. Let me go back into this imprint, and understanding how we're clearing the densities across our timelines. That's where I left off at. So, and in this lifetime, to create and collapse the imprint in this lifetime, to create a divergence into the soul's integration that's manifesting this dimensional shift into the next level of 5D, because that's what this is all about. This is all helping us shift. Ashe. This is a dimensional bridge experience. Look at it like that. I'm crossing the bridge. This is my bridge experience, and how well I do, how well I extract, that determines the direction in where I'm going to go. That determines how I'm going to be a part of this. That determines me being a divergent in this process. Go watch that movie if you haven't seen it. Go watch The Divergent. Right? That it's like when they don't belong to any fraction, so they can diverge, into the next. They can kind of metamorphose and not literally change, but they can become a part of that fraction, a part of that. So you can be a divergent in the next timeline. That's what it is. It's like I can be in either one, but because of how you transform, how you transcend, and transmute, you're able to collapse. Like that's what I see with a divergent. It's like they collapse what doesn't. If you remember watching the movie when they put her through the test, it's like when she's doing one fraction, let's say the gauntlet, just throwing one out there. When there's the test for that, there's something that they give her, and then it's like she changes the perspective in that test, and then that collapses. The fear collapses. Let me put it that way. That's what we need to be clear about when we're talking about collapsing timelines. The fear collapses. She collapses the fear of that may hold her to her death, so to speak, in that test with that particular fraction. And as soon as she collapses that fear, she divergence. She's able to diverge, if that's the word. But that's what makes her a divergent. They couldn't hold her in any test that they gave her. She would break the perspective. She would break the bounds of the perspective in her thinking, just to show you everything is in your mind. So whatever it is coming up against you is for you to sit with yourself, process your feelings, get the instructions out the feelings, find out why it's really there. If it's a repetitive pattern, find the pattern so you can find the karmic pattern, so that you can find the karmic trauma and then face it. Right? That's how you collect the debt. When you find it and you really see that you can have accountability in this lifetime for whatever it is, that's your debt collecting. That's Saturn working at its best, holding accountability. And that catapults you, into that next timeline. That helps you to become a divergent. Like I said, watch that movie. So with that said, this is a really important, like a dimensional bridge that's helping us to cross through the means of release. So when I talk about the new moon, I don't so much like to just focus on I'm very careful of spiritual bypassing. So all of the nice things, yes, they can happen. Yes, you can manifest your new timeline. You can manifest other things, but this is not, the focus is not about that. What you're really manifesting, as we are sowing seeds, we are seeds of pure potentiality. So every time a new moon gives us an opportunity to manifest this next level of ourselves, even if you don't want to call it a timeline, the next level of yourselves. At this point in time, it is helping us to shift the timelines and to tap into our next timeline for the fifth dimension. It's actually what's happening. This is very active right now. And the cosmic clock is definitely helping us with where the planets are and lining us up to do so. So I would take advantage if you can. If you wasn't able to catch this group meeting, from what I'm being shown, we have another one coming up that's going to be leading up to the halls of Amenti, that we have coming up, which is the 8-8 Lionsgate. What they call the 8-8 portal or 8-8 Lionsgate is really the halls of Amenti, and we're going to be working on that together. And that is really strategically working on breaking the illusions. Like right now in this group, we are strategically working on going deep into the soul extracting what we need to cross these dimensional timelines, to use the bridge, the dimensional bridge, and simultaneously becoming the bridge. So those of you who are doing that dimensional work within your soul, you are also, not only are you crossing the bridge, but you are creating the bridge. You are being the bridge for others who may not have that reach that you have, right? These bridges are different portals, as we're all portals of light. And pores, look at it like that. They're like pores in the grid. It's helping people to get through the pores in the light grid to get to where they need to be, just by you doing your work. Ashe. So with that said, let me go into a little bit of the highlights. Pluto's retrograde is at 2 degrees. I'm just going to give you a little bit about the ones that are at 2 degrees. 222. So we got sun and moon, the luminaries were at 2 degrees. Currently, as it's moving, although today is a new moon, y'all know the moon moving quick already. But sun and moon at 2 degrees. Pluto's retrograde at 2 degrees, and it's in exact opposition in Aquarius, as it is helping to usher in the age of Aquarius. All right, so it's at 2 degrees and it's activating the purge for death to rebirth transformation with its opposition to that sun and moon in Leo. So it is definitely activating. A lot of us are seeing the purge, feeling the purge. Pluto is having a big responsibility in that, bringing the death to rebirth revelations, like the things that are happening is to bring us into the revelations of truth, because the truth shall set you free, and Pluto is about personal power. Before you can have that personal power, the truth must set you free. So the revelation of truth is here to be had, and Pluto in its retrograde at 2 degrees. Remember, the 2 is harmonizing these dualities, and it is in opposition of the new moon and the sun in Leo. And the opposition is always like some type of tension, but it's to bring balance. It's to bring the harmony. All of this, and look at that, back to the number 2, harmony. It's to bring the harmony of what's needed. It's harmonizing our transition, if that makes sense. So also with Neptune and Saturn conjunct at 2 degrees in Aries, it's trine to the sun and moon, which is harmonious. So usually a trine is more harmonious, more helpful. It's harmonious with Saturn's nature to be practical, with Neptune's dreams and aspirations. So it's really harmonizing that practicality with dreams and aspirations, which again, all of this is working to help us with the nodes of faith, as well as North Node is in Pisces. Dreams, aspirations, and spirituality. Neptune is also about that spirituality, so bringing that practicality into that spirituality. Right? And Saturn may be at about 1 degree now, because they're both in retrograde, and it moves faster than Neptune, so it may already have dipped back into 1 degrees. They're both going to go back into Pisces, and we're going to talk about that some more. We'll get there. We'll get to that bridge when we about to cross it. Right? So Mercury, I feel like is there anything else that I need to see about Saturn and Neptune? I feel like there was some more of that information I had there. Saturn and Neptune's conjunction is echoing, amplifying, and magnifying the lunar nodes, emphasis of the balance between the physical and spiritual influence, which is influencing spiritual vision with practical manifestation. So that's what I meant about that North Node, our nodes of faith. The integration of your highest dreams with concrete action is what it's highlighting. And it's integrating our spiritual aspirations with daily life. That's the practicality, the practical living, which we must stop separating, because we tend to separate spirituality with daily life. And so it's helping us to bring that together. It's helping us to have that harmony and that balance. So it's good that it's trined right now with the luminaries, the sun and the moon, meaning in our inner world and our outer world is really illuminating this harmony. So focus on the things, think about things that we need to stop separating. It's not a this or that, it's both. We can be practical in our spirituality, okay, and we can be very spiritual in our practical daily life. We want to put it together. It's not something separate. And again, that's what the nodes are. North node in Pisces, spirituality. South node in Virgo, practicality. So it's echoing that. And we'll get more of this echo with the upcoming eclipse. Thank you, Spirit. It's like, where is it? Where is it? So with that upcoming one, it'll be more activated. Anything else? There is also, who else isn't any more 2 degrees? So 2 degrees are Sun and Moon, Pluto at 2 degrees, and Neptune and Saturn, supposedly. If you don't count Saturn, it's 4 of them. So you see there's all these 2s. There's this harmony of duality. And then the code day of today is 22. When you add up all the numbers, it's 22, which reduces to 4. So there's that balance, there's that foundation. We're being set back to the foundations, focusing on what's foundational for us by the 2 twos, by the harmony, by the 4 twos that I just said, those 4 planets, 1, 2, 3, 4, foundational balance, right? Those 4 celestial bodies, I should say, because 2 are luminaries and 2 are planets. Ashe. And Uranus, there's also a sextile. There's a sextile with Uranus and the sun and moon. Ooh, so that's another 2 degrees. Ooh, we got a lot of 2. I got to look at all of them. I'm just going with the 4 that I had. But there's also that sextile with the sun and moon in Uranus that may be more harmonious with change. So it may help us feel a little bit more at ease with making the changes that we need to change, because you know that's Uranus is that radical change. So with it being sextile to the sun and moon, the luminaries may be bringing more of sextiles, and trines are more harmonious. So again, and with the 2s, so again, we're having so much harmony of duality. So find your balance, find your peace in what we're here to do throughout all the chaos. See beyond the ordinary, see beyond the surface level, and find what it is that you're here to find. Ashe. Mercury. Now I saved Mercury for last because Mercury, I may have to go into this some more in another video. I am going to talk about it some more with the Halls of Amenti, because it's kind of working with that as well. So Mercury retrograde during this new moon takes us into deep travels. I want us to hear this because that's why we're being pulled so deep. Some of us are feeling a certain heaviness, and it's like, why is this so heavy? It's because it's been traveling with you for multiple lifetimes. Mercury as the planet of travel in this retrograde, think about it, retrograde takes you back. So it's helping us to reach in very deeply, deep travels within our soul, to plunge. It's like a plunger plunging out the cosmic timeline to extract what we need to release. So remember, we're manifesting release, and we're manifesting that because we're calling on it from the divine idea. That means within the cosmic body, right? Through the cosmos of time. We need to release whatever it is. We're extracting what we need to release to bring us the surge of light energy and information that shifts our dimensional timelines. Right? And also Mercury's sextile to Venus, which harmonizes by finding beauty throughout this experience. So that Venus sextile to is really beautiful. When I say the orchestra of the cosmos, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's really beautiful because it's helping to the beauty in finding the beauty in the experience. That's what Venus is doing in her sextile with Mercury's retrograde, because the retrograde is taking us back, baby. It's taking us back. I'll take you there. Oh, mercy. That's how the soul feel. Oh, mercy. I'll take you there. So go with the flow, because that is what Mercury is doing. We often look at Mercury and say, oh, communication, it's doing this, it's doing that. I talked about communication distractions, and yes, that's part of it. But this one, oh, it hits deeper. There's no coincidence that it's happening at this particular time. It went into, from last week, Friday, into its retrograde, right to be in this week that we're having here, this manifestation week, this new moon manifestation, to help pull us deep. It's taking us into our deep travels, interdimensional dimensionally in the most inner parts of our soul. This is not something you do outside yourself. So whatever's happening on the outside, know that it's happening on the outside to take you into the deep dimensions of your soul on the inside, and to travel deep into the cosmos of your mind, deep beyond. If you go, like, we start at the crown when we're calling on our divine idea, we're practicing manifesting, and it's like when I'm seeing us starting at the crown and asking for that divine idea, opening up the crown from the cosmos. It's like if a hand reaches in to the cosmos and goes deep into the next timeline, into the next dimension of yourself, the previous timeline, to reach in and extract what you need, pulling it through the cosmos. And it's like, I could see it just bringing it through, if I could give a visual to it, and bringing it through into your crown, and it's bringing you that as the divine idea. It's saying, here, you need this, right? You need to see this release from a past life. And you're not going to see it like a whole storyline. Maybe some of you will if you're clairvoyant. You're going to see it through sensory, through just intuition, inner sense. If you're really paying attention and doing your work, you'll be able to bridge the things that I was telling you about. It should feel a little bit easier right now because we're intentionally bringing that forth. And Mercury's retrograde is helping us to plunge, and it's like we're unclogging. We're unclogging our cosmic bloodline, is what I call it. Not the ancestral earthly bloodline, but your cosmic bloodline, which is your soul's imprint, so to speak. It's like it's reaching in and it's pulling that out. It's plunging and pulling it out, suctioning it out, and then pulling it out, and then clearing up, those clogged pipes, so to speak, and clearing those pathways and those channels so that the light is flushing it through as well. The light from the sun, the solar flares, the light energy and information from the photon belt, all of this is working with you, and it works better if you are also watching what you eat. So not putting things in your body to block that, taking the time to ground so you can be out there and receive the codes that you need, paying attention to your dreams, writing them down. You're going to get communication through your dreams. This is all part of the retrograde. So allow Mercury to really work its magic in this process. Right? And I'm going to leave that there because there's so much I want to go on more with Mercury. We'll talk more about it when we talk about the Halls of Amenti that is coming up, which actually begins the 26th of July, from the 26th of July to the 12th of August. And we'll talk more about that because the 26th is also the Mayan New Year. So we will be talking about that on the 26th. Shay, so with that said, and I believe that's Saturday, I'm doing time pushing right now, so my day is a little off. So before I go, reminders, please remember to like, subscribe, share, comment if you dare. If you have any questions, do so. You can always email me as well if you need any one-on-ones and help guiding through this process, because that's what we're doing in these meetings. Like literally this week, we are digging deep, and believe me, it is helpful. So if you missed this one, like I said, be on the listen out for the next one, for the one that we will be doing, walking through the halls of Amenti. So get ready for those of you who are ready to walk through that 8-8 Lion's Gate. Ashe. With that said, also, anything else, Spirit, 5D calendars, get them at a 5D corner near you, which is to email me at akilatextry@gmail.com. And it will be in the description. With that said, each one reach one, teach one. If you don't know where to start in your big, beautiful heart. Shine your light from the inside out. Be the candle that lights the next one, and the next one, and the next one. Peace, love, light, and enjoy your new moon's soul's delight. Ashe.